Hi everyone, it's Tiffany. I'm here with my fiance Andrew. We decided to start this little series where we talk about movies that we've seen because we see about 1 to 3 movies a week through AMC A List, and we find after each movie we see, we have these in-depth conversations about whether we liked it or not, and our friends typically ask us, did we like it? Do we recommend it? So we figured we'd just put everything in one place and send it to our friends at the same time. And so with that, we're going to talk about a movie we saw last week.
So the movie that we saw last week was Crawl, and a general synopsis is there is a Category 5 hurricane that is hitting Florida, and this girl has to go down south to where her father is and save him. Little does she know that during this hurricane, apparently there are alligators running rampant through the floodwaters, and they somehow end up in the crawl space of their house where her dad is trapped.
Yeah, so with that, let's get into it. So I would say this movie is exactly what you expect it to be. It's basically a mashup of like a natural disaster happening and like your typical there's a shark chasing us, or I don't know, piranhas, snakes on a plane. It's your typical.
It parallels a lot of shark movies.
It really does.
Where it's just these alligators are running rampant everywhere because they can now, because it's flooding everywhere.
It's flooding. Yeah, and so to kind of get started, when the movie begins, and I'm not going to go too much in depth into the movie because if I don't want to spoil everything. The movie begins with the lead character. Her name is Haley, and she's doing a practice with her swim team at none other than the University of Florida.
The Gators.
The Gators. And so if that doesn't set the tone for the movie, I'm not sure what else will. Because as soon as it's like, all right, so she's a Florida Gator who can swim and is about to battle another Florida Gator throughout the movie.
This is in the opening scene.
Oh yeah. She loses her practice, and then it kind of sets the tone for the rest of the movie. The sister is calling, saying, "Dad hasn't called me back. I'm really worried about him." And then she's also curious as to why she's at swim practice when there's a Category 5 hurricane.
I was curious as to why she was at swim practice, because this hurricane already made landfall in South Florida. So I don't know why the heck they have
you know
practice.
Why? You know why she's at? Because the practice wasn't at USF.
That's true.
Had it been USF, class would have been canceled, even if the sun was high.
Yeah, we had many days canceled because of a hurricane.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for those.
I love those hurricane days. Go Bulls. But so the main character, Haley, she drives, according to the movie, she drives 2 hours down I-75 to get to Pasco County. Things happen. She finally finds the dad in the crawl space because she was searching for him. And that's where the movie kind of really gets started. Up until this point, it's just a lot of character development in a way.
Yeah.
Setting up the plot.
Slow crawling, if you will.
Yeah, it is really slow in the beginning. And I kind of wish they had jumped right into it, but so she finds the dad, and he's been attacked by the gator, goes to save her. Okay, so this is where I personally really enjoyed it. The suspense in this movie, in my opinion, was very well done. I fell victim to a few jump scares.
They did good with the music on this. The music helped it a lot.
Yeah, and so so throughout the movie, the alligators are like jumping out, but not only that, there's other little critters that kind of come out and startle the viewer. I don't want to give them away, but I was very uncomfortable with some of them. But the one thing that I sat through this movie as it was happening, the Category 5 hurricane and the alligators, having lived in Florida for so long, I was questioning my intelligence. I was sitting there wondering, like, oh, do alligators really do this? Is this what a Category 5 hurricane is like? Is this normal? Why, like, the whole movie, because I felt like I knew nothing about where I live anymore. I don't think they knew too much about Pasco County or its alligator residents.
Yeah, because there were nothing but giant alligators swimming through the whole movie. There was like no normal size alligator. They're all 10 and 12 foot alligators.
Yeah, and I think I read somewhere that they base it on if you're Floridian, I'm sure you've seen it. The one giant alligator that's walking across the golf course that it went viral on social media. But to all non-Floridians that may watch this or listen to this, that is not your typical gator size.
Yeah, that's not normal.
And so to find 12 of them that are breeding in a crawl space underneath someone's house is highly unlikely. Yeah, and so when you watch this movie, I do recommend that you take it with a grain of salt. They take things and they run with it.
Yeah, it's a movie like, it's imagine Sharknado type
Yeah.
deal, that kind of thing. It's the truth is definitely exaggerated, especially when it comes to the animal behavior.
Oh yeah, and the theater we went to, it was sold out, and so like, and obviously it was sold out with Floridians. We live in Florida. Everyone there was like laughing or shocked or like, are you kidding me that this has happened? But from what I've heard from people that aren't Floridians is that they really like it, and they're like, this is so realistic.
Oh.
And let me tell you, the alligator only did one barrel roll.
Yeah,
there is
time.
nothing realistic. That is their signature move.
Man, they must have gotten bit by alligators. They got bit by alligators multiple times, and I mean they weren't the only ones in the movie. There was several other people that also got attacked by alligators, and I just don't know if that's exactly how it would happen in real life. But like I said, it's a movie, so things are exaggerated. But I had a hard time believing a lot of what was happening.
I really did too. So yeah, but I had a really good time watching it.
I didn't think it was terrible.
It wasn't a bad movie. It was a movie, as I described. You love to hate it.
It was okay for me.
For me, there's a lot of people from what I hear that didn't really hate it at all. I was just like, every time something happened, I was definitely judging it. Like, why did you make that decision? Why did you do this?
I'll say that this movie was better than Men in Black, whatever the one that just came out.
No, that movie was terrible.
Yeah, that movie was not very good. That movie was terrible. But this one, I'd say I wasted less of my life watching it.
Well, okay, so that's gonna conclude our kind of medium length review on Crawl. Overall, we liked it. If you have the money, watch it. If you don't have the money, wait till it comes out.
I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll do that too. It's just a fun ride. At best that's what I'd call it, a fun ride. But yeah, let us know what you think that we should see next, or if you have any recommendations for any movies coming out throughout the year. We have A-list, so we watch many movies. All right, talk to you guys later.